ABC's newest favorite crime drama, Will Trent, is back for season 2. If you're not familiar with the show, stick around for the season 1 recap. Now, I don't know about you, but I, for one, am happy that strike is over. That way we can get some of our favorite TV shows back, like this one right here, Will Trent. It's back for a season 2. By the way, if you want an overview of how it went down and what happened to set off the writer's strike, check out this video right here. But first, before we get into the details of the show, let's check out some of the key players, starting right here with him. After all, you know, it is the name of the show. This is Will Trent, played by actor Ramon Rodriguez. Will Trent is a special agent with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, aka the GBI. As far as his character is concerned, think Mr. Monk meets Pastor Basie Skanks from Greenleaf. He's respected for the talent, yet kind of annoying with a bunch of different quirks. So we're really not sure, do we really like you? Yes, we kind of do. And then the swag is just undeniable, like Pastor Basie Skanks. And just like Mr. Adrian Monk, Will Trent too has an affliction/superpower. He's dyslexic, which allows him to see things from a different lens than everyone else in the room. Now, for every great character, there's an even greater backstory. And for Will Trent, it's kind of great in a tragic type of way. His mom was a prostitute who got involved with a sociopath former police officer who got her pregnant. She died while giving birth to Will, and then that sociopath police officer put little baby Will, in a dumpster. Now, he was later found. He grew up in and out of group homes, foster care, where he suffered abuse wherever he landed. Now it's his mission and purpose to help others. Now, this is his boss, Miss Amanda Wagner, played by our favorite actress from The Wire. Yeah, she played Kima, if you remember. If you know, you know. Miss Sandra John. She's back on the force in this one, and she is the great mind behind pairing Will Trent with the talents and the skills of his partner, Miss Faith Mitchell. Now, we're going to come back to Miss Mandy here, Miss Amanda, because there's a good backstory that ties into Will Trent that you do not want to miss. But this is Faith. Faith Mitchell, APD, that's the Atlanta Police Department. The APD and GBI share a building together. Now, if her facial expression has you thinking she doesn't even like him, you would be right. Very observant of you. At least that's how it was at first, and I'll get into why that is in a second. But first, let's do some digging into Faith. Faith's mother and Amanda, Will's boss, used to be partners on the job. They started out in law enforcement together years ago, ran the same beat. They were partners when they were younger. So Amanda has known Faith since she was a baby. Now, this long-standing grudge that Faith has against Will centers around her mother. Her mother's 30-year, highly decorated law enforcement career ended because of an investigation Will Trent did. But a little bit more info about Miss Faith here. She is a diabetic. Will discovers that in season 1. Also, she has a college-aged son, and the father of that son shows up in the show as well. And he is played by none other than Mr. Rotimi, aka Dre from Power. Okay, so that's Faith. Up next is Detective Angie Pulaski, played by Miss Erica. Now, this is Trent's on-again, off-again girlfriend for way over 25 years. She and Will Trent grew up in the foster care system together. She endured just as much abuse as Will did. Actually, you know what? She probably endured a little bit more because she was actually assaulted. Now, she's also a recovering drug addict. Now, when you put that in perspective with television, it makes for a beautiful mess and a great story. She even had an affair with her now partner, Michael, who, of course, is a married man. His wife invited Angie over for dinner one night, so that they can become acquainted and get familiar with who her husband would be working with. And at that dinner, the wife read her for filth, but in a calm and polite way. Now, this is him. This is Angie's partner, Detective Michael Ormwood. Now, I guess a good TV series would not be a good TV series if the protagonist didn't have an antagonist, like my nemesis. So I guess that's kind of what you can say Michael Ormwood is to Will Trent. Kind of, sort of, in a way. when the two of them are in the room together, there's a lot of testosterone, a lot of bravado when the two of them get together. Okay? Now, there are other characters. Of course, there are other actors in this show. And if once you start watching them, I'm sure you will know and love them all. But there is just one more star of the show that I'm going to mention, and that is Bad Bitch Betty. This is Betty. Betty is the emotional support dog of Will Trent. He acquired her after his neighbor passed away. He's trying to get rid of the dog. He brought her to a shelter. Turns out that's a kill shelter, and his heart would not let him do it. So now Betty is a part of the family. And Nico, pronouns they, them, who you will find out more about in season 1, created an Instagram page for Betty and titled it Bad Bitch Betty. She has more followers than me, okay? So remember the information I said I will tell you all about their connection between Amanda and Will Trent later? Well, later is now. So listen up. All of the secrets that are uncovered in this show are absolutely incredible. A nice whodunit with a little bit of intricate details on the personal lives of the character. Like, for instance, I told you Will Trent was left in a dumpster. Well, what I didn't tell you is the person that found him in that dumpster was Amanda. Now, Amanda worked the beat along with Faith's mother. Back in the day, they were on patrol, rookies in the game together, young women on the force. And she met and became close with a prostitute by the name of Lucy, Will's mother. Now, Lucy had this weird type of relationship with this sociopath of a police officer. One day, Lucy turns up dead. She shows up as a Jane Doe in the morgue, and Amanda remembers she has a baby. Where's the baby? She finds the baby in the dumpster, and she takes the baby home with her until she realizes she's not going to be able to do this and have a career. So she turns Will Trent, the baby, over to the state, but not before naming him. Will Trent was given his name by Amanda. The name has some type of significance to her family members, her people. She lost her mother when she was young. Now, the sociopath / former police officer that had some type of dealing with Lucy, Will Trent's mother, he shows up in season 1. Part of an investigation. That's all I'm going to tell you. Part of an investigation, and more details begin to come out and unfold about the life, the happening, the coming into the world story of Will Trent. Now, I tell you, like I said, if you love a nice detective whodunit TV series that doesn't string you along from one episode to the next without solving not one detail or a full case, give this one a watch, okay? It's based off of a book, Karen Slaughter's book, Will Trent, the series, and they turned it into a wonderful drama series. Make sure you check it out. Watch the whole season 1, and then you can come back here and check out this recap because season 2 has already started and this is the very first recap, all right? It's definitely a TV series that hits.